Today we are so much blessed, and I know that God has blessed us. The Bible talks about Jesus dying on the cross, shedding his blood for us. The Bible again talks about Cain shedding his brother's blood, who is Abel. And the Bible goes ahead speaking about the blood of Abel crying, and God is speaking and asking Cain, I can hear the blood of your brother crying. What have you done with him? And that's when Cain came in and said, Am I my brother's keeper, when he had killed the brother? The Bible talks about Joseph and his brothers. And the Bible says the brothers slaughtered the sheep and they smeared the blood on his coat and took the coat to his father and told the father that here is the coat of your son Joseph. It seemed like the bears in the bush have killed him. Today I'm going to talk about a very sensitive topic. I'm going to touch something sensitive about the blood, which I want you to be very sensitive. Blood is a very sensitive thing, and most of us, we don't know that blood is a very unique tool in human body, and it carries a lot in human bodies, and it plays the major role in human body, in human form. The blood of a man. The Bible says in Genesis, after man went against the will of God, the Bible says, God told man that from today you'll have to sweat for you to eat. For you to feed yourself, you'll have to sweat. Now again, on those old days, the days of Abraham, they used to give God blood sacrifice, like sacrificing animals. That's how it was believed. Sacrificing animals. They had to slaughter a sheep or a ram. That's what the Bible says. When Abraham went with Isaac at the mountain, the Bible speaks clearly that God told him, Abraham, don't kill your son, don't slaughter your son. Look behind you. There is a lamb that you will slaughter for me. And Abraham sacrificed the lamb for Jesus. Blood was shed. Blood was shed. Blood was shed. Blood sacrifice was offered. Blood sacrifice was offered. But when you read the Bible, it gets to a point whereby God is against slaughtering now. Because there are people who even went ahead slaughtering their own children. There's a king who gave his own son, who was the heir of the kingdom, who was slaughtered. And the Bible says that the king went to war and fought against the children of God who were Israelites, and he won against them because he slaughtered blood. Talking about the blood, we are talking about the blood, a very sensitive tool in the body of a man, which most of us we don't know. Now, right now as we speak, we don't give offering. We don't give offering in form of blood. We don't slaughter animals. But child of God, I want to surprise you. I want to blow your mind with a mystery here. Despite us human beings not slaughtering animals or giving God anything in form of blood, I'll tell you that still the same. We are still giving God a blood sacrifice, but in another form, in a chained form, whereby the money that you touch and you hold, I want to surprise you, that is still associated with the blood. The money that you get and you give it as an offering, you drop it into the offering basket, still attached to the blood, meaning it is still the sacrifice that is attached to the blood. It is still the same as slaughtering the animal and giving it to God. It is still the same as slaughtering an animal and giving it to God. Now the Bible says that when Jesus went to pray in the Gethsemane, the Bible says that sweat came out in form of blood. That means that the sweat that comes out of your body, it comes from blood. Before sweat comes out, the temperature of the body rises. The moment the temperature of the body rises, the blood's temperature also rises. Now, in that process, the waste product is manufactured, produced. And this waste product now, this means the blood begins washing itself, it begins cleaning itself. Now, what comes out during that time is what we call sweat. That waste product that comes out of blood, that is sieved out, is sweat. Now, this sweat is removed through the pores of a human being. Now, remember, the sweat came from the blood. It was sieved out in form of water. It was sieved out in form of water. Meaning, when Jesus was praying, what came out was just blood itself. Came out through. It was never sieved. So when he was praying, what came out was blood. Blood came out as a sacrifice. Blood came out directly. But when now you are sweating, sweat is still blood because it has come out of blood. It has come out of blood. Jesus is praying and he's sweating. Blood. When you pray, you will sweat water. But where is that water coming from? It's coming from the blood. I want you to follow me and follow me very clearly. It's coming from the blood. The Bible says that before you eat, for man to get something to eat, he will have to sweat, to work hard to the extent of sweating. This means you are using your energy. And when the Bible talks about you have to sweat for you to eat, then what the Bible is referring to is the blood is being involved. Why? Because as you work in that process, you are using energy. And as you use energy to work, sweat is produced. How is sweat produced? The temperature of your body will be increased. And the moment the temperature of your body is increased, sweat will begin coming out of your body. And that sweat is coming from the blood, remember. So in that process, sweat comes out. Sweat comes out. And the moment the sweat comes out, at the end of the month, the sweat that was coming out results to your salary, which now you are given, meaning what has made you to be paid your salary is that sweat that has come out of you. Now, the moment that sweat comes out of you, you are paid the salary, and that's when now you'll have to go and buy the food, something to eat. Where has the sweat come from? It has come from the blood, meaning you have sacrificed. Now, the salary that you have been given, that's when you have you make a decision and you say, part of this salary, I'm gonna give it to God. I am gonna give it to God. I am gonna give it to God as an offering or as a sacrifice or as my tithe. That salary represents your sweat. That salary represents your sacrifice. The reason why we call it sacrifice, it is because that salary, it is part of your blood. Your blood made them to pay you. Your blood made them to pay you. Instead of you giving your blood, your natural blood, what you are giving out is now what your blood resulted, brought out. That's what you are giving out as an offering. But the truth is, the main thing that made you to produce the money, the main product, the main energy that made you, enable you to produce the money was the blood. Because without the blood, you couldn't have produced. In the process, sweat was coming out. So it is a sacrifice, which was as a result of you sweating. I know somebody is getting this by the grace of God. That's why the Bible talks about for you to eat, you'll have to sweat. You'll have to sweat for you to eat. So you have to work hard, spend a lot of time working. Sweat is coming out. Then out of that, you'll be paid. Then after you are paid, now you'll have to give what you have been paid. Now, what you are giving is as a result of your sacrifice or your offering. Sweat came out. Sweat came out. That's why we call it an offering. So it is a chain. It began by you going to work. Now, the moment you go to work, you began working. The moment you began working, sweat began coming out. Meaning you cannot be paid before you have worked. You have to work first for you to be paid. If you don't work, you'll not be paid. So sweat has to come out in that process. That is why we call it a sacrifice. That's why we call it a sacrifice. Now I want to go deeper. Someone wants to witch you using your own blood. I don't need your own fresh blood for me to curse you. I don't need your own blood for me to send a disease in your body. I don't need your own blood for me to steal your finances, your breakthrough. What I need is a point of contact which is attached to your blood. A point of contact which is attached to your blood. Now, what is attached to your blood is what you got after you worked, after the sweat came out, after you were working hard, sweat came out, and this sweat that came out is what I want. Now, what made this sweat to come out? The result, the end product that came out after you had produced a lot of sweat was money. Now, what a witch will be looking for in you if he wants to destroy your life, if he wants to destroy your destiny, if he wants to destroy your finances, the end product is money. If he wants to empty your pocket, he will need the end product, which is money. The moment you hand over your money, any cent, whether 1 shilling, whether $1 to a witch, they use that as an end product. Now, as they use that already, the moment you give them your money, they have your blood. They can do whatever they want to do with you. The moment you give them your money, the moment they get a piece of your cloth that you wore and sweat came out and was attached to it, they can use that as a form of contact to finish you. What they have now is not just money, but your blood. As you are working, that's what you are given, an exchange of your blood. Your blood was used to manufacture money. As a salary, you are given. Your blood worked hard. Then what you are given was money. Then a witch gets your money, your single cent. He used it to steal your money. He used it and he begins commanding and speaking into your blood. Then you find out that your health has begun deteriorating, going down. Why? Because someone has used a point of contact to destroy you. The blood. The blood is a very sensitive tool, I'm telling you, child of God. Very sensitive tool. Very sensitive tool. My God. Iriados Kabaid and Aliga. I pray for you today that let the Lord of heaven open your eyes. I'm teaching this because I want you to get some things, some deep things. In case you make some decisions, you will know what you are doing and how you are doing it. The blood. For a witch to witch you don't need some complicated things. No. They only need even your hair. You have one hair. One hair. The moment this person gets one hair from your head, one hair. Do you know that they can do the DNA and find out whom you are by just having your hair? They can find your blood group by using your hair. They don't need to collect any sample from your body. The moment they get your hair, they go and they do research and they know your blood group. They know your DNA. They know your father. It is possible. I'm telling you. So this hair that you see, one hair that you see from your head, it is your blood. It's part of you. It is your blood. It grew from the inside. It is the blood. It carried blood particles. It still carries blood particles. When you see God saying, I know the number of the hair on your head, what it means is, I know the number of your blood particles, of your blood sample. I knew you before you were born, before you were formed in your mother's womb. I knew you. And I also know the number of the hair on your head. He knows your blood particles. He knows all of them. Before the hair grows, he knows. He knows your blood particles. He knows your blood group. He knows your gender, your blood. Your blood. The saliva in your mouth is blood. But it is just that before it is called saliva, it is blood. But during that time, it has no color. When it is on your tongue, it has no that bloody color. Because on your tongue, it is made to be the way it is, colorless. The saliva. It's meant to be the way it is. It is neutralized to be the way it is on your tongue. But still, it is the blood. That's why right now when they are examining whether you have coronavirus or not, they deepen their tooth inside your throat. They use the saliva. This means the saliva is also part of your blood. It's just that it has no color, it lacks color, but still it is blood. You have seen some of us, when you go to the hospital, they take urine, they take stool. Why do they take that? Because it's still the blood, but in different form. They use it to examine which disease you have been diagnosed with. So your blood is a very sensitive tool. Spiritually, your blood. You don't need to cut yourself for me to have your blood. No. The moment I have your saliva, I have your blood. I can do anything spiritually. So have an understanding of what the Lord is teaching you today. May the Lord bless you and do you good. Shalom, brethren. God bless you.